Hello and welcome back to the Homestead. Today I'm pressure canning. This video is part of March Canning Madness, similar to my molasses series, but this is an open collaboration from Cosmopolitan Cornbread. So I'm going to put the hashtag in the description below in the channel that has organized this lovely challenge about canning. So canning is not only during the colder months, it's also during the winter. So why I personally do it is for rotation. Like I have some meat in the freezers, I have some vegetables that can be processed into canned goods for my shelf stable, and like it always gives you like that fresh food. So I have 2 pounds of beef-ish, 2 pounds of pork, and we are doing shredded chipotle beef tacos. I like with pork, but I wanted to try it with beef since the recipe says with beef. So I took out my canner, my pressure canner Presto 23 quarts is on the stove. You need canning supplies, jars, lids, band, and so the rest of the ingredients is cilantro. I have fresh. I don't have the entire quantity that requires, but when I do the cooking, I'll just add more. So cilantro, chipotle peppers and adobo sauce, garlic cloves, onions. These are from my garden. Sadly, this is from a basket I ordered. And broth. I'm using beef broth that is hot. And I'm using the recipe from, this is a new canning Bible for me, the new ball book. So this is the all new ball book, Canning and Preserving, and I'm at page 275. So basically it's, you assemble and then you put in jars with some hot liquid and you pressure can it. So it's fun, raw, quick recipes to do. So I'm going to do two quarts of pork and 2 quarts of beef. And I'm going to start with the most hardest task because I always cry, and it is 2 cups of onions sliced in each. So total 4 cups. So I'm going to time myself. So it's 9:15. Note that I am filming this, so it's going to take a little longer. But 9:15, and we're going to see what time we put everything in the pressure canner. I'm crying! So 2 cups. So, in here is 8 garlic cloves in each, sliced. And this one's flying. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Mine are pretty big. So this is from my garden. So why am I canning in March? Why am I canning in March? I do get that question often. So it's pretty simple. So during the hot months, so our high period, as a homesteader, I have a tendency of freezing lots of stuff, meat, vegetables, like so that when the temperature in the my schedule is not as busy. So it gives me the time, if I didn't process tomatoes, to process tomatoes that are in my freezer. If there's rhubarb that I put aside with fruits to do some jams, it's a perfect time to do it. So during the colder months is meat broth, bone broth, and like full meals in a jar that I normally do. So the popular ones is this. This is a very popular one for me. I can't wait to try it with beef. I've never tried it with beef. I was never able to have beef at home. And good quality beef. So this is the first time we were able to find a quarter of a beef. So I'm really excited to try it out. And like another one that we really enjoy is taco meat. Hamburger meat just cooked like that. They make like good express meals. So this, you're gonna drain the content of the jar, shred the meat, reserve the broth, saute diced onions in oil until soft, add beef and a half a cup of broth, simmer for 10 minutes and serve warm with tortillas with taco toppings. So that is perfect for like very, very busy nights. Everything's done for you. So I'm going to slice these and dump 8 in each. Since this is meat, it's pressure canned. Low acid food needs to be pressure canned. 2 cups of onions, 8 cloves of garlic. That's in each. And then the last slicing is chipotle pepper and adobo sauce. So it says to put 1 chili per jar. Sorry. So chipotle peppers are jalapeno peppers that turn red and was smoked. In the adobo sauce, I think it's a tomato-based sauce. So 1 in each. I'm going to go 4. So I'm going to use 1 big one, 1 small one. Okay, let's do that. Okay, so it says to finely chopped. Don't forget to wash your hands after this, because this is hot pepper. Put a little bit of the sauce. Another pepper. Okay, wash my hands. We're almost there. So salt, 2 teaspoons in each. 1, 2, and then it's 2 teaspoons of oregano. 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay. Last ingredient is cilantro. So cilantro is half a cup in each. I don't quite have half a cup for both. So when I'm going to cook, I'm just going to add a little bit more. I'm actually growing cilantro inside the house with a hydroponic system, which is so cool to have fresh herbs. Okay. Mix that and we're ready to put everything in the jars. And it's $9.39. There is one condiment that I really enjoy with this, and it's peach or mango salsa that I do. It's really good. Like if I could, I think I would do like 20 jars of this. It is spicy. The chipotle pepper is spicy. So I kind of reserve. I don't put like the too full because my kids hate it, but me and my husband do. So if you don't like the heat, maybe replace it with a bit of tomato paste. That you'd have to search. I inspect every single jars, make sure that there's no cracks, no possible bottom that are cracked, and I always take out an extra jar because I have a tendency there's going to be a little bit more than 2 jars. Start with the beef. One inch of headspace. That's what you need. 1 inch of headspace is the neck of the jar. Let me know in the comments below if you like those types of canning projects, like dump in a jar, multiple ingredients, and just pressure can it. I have a couple that I want to do meals in a jar. Express meals. Who does not love express meals? Another tool that I really enjoy is this. It's measuring. Okay, it's perfect. 1 inch of headspace, 1 inch headspace. I'm gonna put the beef broth. So I might need a 2nd quart of beef broth. Debubbling. And last step is to check if you still have 1 inch of headspace. If you don't, correct it. Since there is a lot of fat in beef or any type of meat, I wash the rims with a warm water vinegar combination to make sure that the seal is perfect. So if you're doing this recipe and you're making it single, it would be 2 jars, 1 quart of the beef broth. If you're doing like me, 4 jars, it would be 2 jars. Or if you're buying the one from the store, it would be like 1 box. Or if you're doing 2 boxes. Maybe not. Maybe a little over, because I'm left with some. Debubbling. This, I wish there was something, I keep saying this, as smell-o-vision. It really, the beef one smells awesome. Pork too. These are going to be delicious meals. Before I put everything in the canner, I want to remind you to check your elevation, because the time I'm going to give for processing, it's for my elevation. which is the default time of the book. So 1.5 maybe. You'll have to adjust, so I have some leftovers. So this part, especially when I do very, very greasy stuff, I like really overkill wash because I don't want to compromise the seal. I think I forgot to mention that you can do this recipe in pints. So it would have been 8 pints if you would have done it with me. I used to do it in pints, but it was like maybe for like 2 people with no leftovers. This will be like a meal, like a bigger size meal. Finger tight, don't overkill. In the pressure canner it goes. I just put the oven at high, and I'm monitoring this part so the heavy steam has to come out, and then this is where I can put a timer of 10 minutes, and then another waiting period until the little dancer dances. And when that little dancer dances, that's how I call it, for my elevation, it is 1.5 hours for quart 1 liter. That's what I chose. And then if you did 500 ml pints, it would be 1 hour and 15 minutes.